depression because when I was living in Kyrgyzstan, I went through a very traumatic experience where everybody I trusted and admired turned against us because we didn't toe the line according to their expectations. And I went into circumstantial depression. I was exhibiting depression symptoms, but it wasn't because of the chemistry in my brain that has been affected in my childhood. It was rather in that circumstance I was having major depression because my body was signaling to me, I gotta get out of that circumstance. I gotta stay away from this thing that sucks me dry of energy. So, why am I sharing this? Because oftentimes people have burnout where they really work themselves to the bone and then they feel depressed. They feel listless. They don't have energy to continue doing anything that they usually love. Um, Sorry, I got disconnected. I'm not sure why. Maybe the connection of the internet. But there is a big difference between depression and burnout. And Dr. Tracy Mark explains it that depression is feeling an overall um, bad feeling about yourself. Like you feel like a loser, a failure, a good for nothing person, whatever it is that your brain is telling you in a very like a destructive way feeling about yourself. And there's a lot of other symptoms for depression. Like there's a list of 9 symptoms that she gives from the manual, whatever it's called, DSM. I don't remember. I'm gonna link her video in the below this YouTube clip. What I do want to point out is when you do suffer from depression, it is not your fault. Like for me, it was life saving, like literally life saving, when I got the book Listening to Depression. It really opened my eyes about the wonderful ways our body works to protect us. And depression is simply your body calling to you to help yourself get out of an impossible situation that is literally draining you. And the same for suicidal ideation. When somebody feels like they want to end their life, it's not really life that they want to end. They want to end this kind of life. It's your body screaming that this cannot continue. It has to stop. So it's really interesting to me how in the world in general and in the Hasidic community especially, being depressed has always been considered as you're crazy. Like so much so that in me, it's still internalized in some way still that there's a shame in saying I suffer from depression. Like it's something that I know it's ridiculous because like Dr. Gabor Mate says in his book, The Myth of Normal, we live in a crazy world. If you are not depressed when so many things are fucked up, then you're either a sociopath or like you have like a special privileged life where you're protected of all these craziness and you're able to continue on as if nothing is happening. So what I might mean to point out with that is that, as I said in a previous video about mental health, I have deeply, and I don't know how I even have the word to express it, how much I admire the people who suffer from depression and still live and struggle through those impossible situations where not only Are they deprived of the basic things in life that they need in order to thrive? But they're also shamed for it. Like, how crazy is that, right? They are considered as the crazy one instead of realizing that the situation in what they're in is the crazy thing. To be put in that situation is crazy in the first place, not they. They are naturally reacting to the way every human being feels in a crazy situation. Um, so there's so much to talk about this, especially for survivors of narcissistic abuse. That's a whole different chapter. I recently played in a short film about narcissistic abuse, and it really opened my eyes a lot to how pervasive it is and how much it affects human beings, like in a profound way, where you, like, literally your brain is permanently dealing with something that other people take for granted of not having to struggle with that, you know? It's really something that we should be aware of and be able to support each other more, because the truth that I believe in is that it's really the most kind-hearted souls in our society who suffer from depression, because this is an impossible situation for them, a lot more than the people who are less soft-hearted and can just march on no matter how many injustices they see in daily life. So I hope this helps, and if you feel like I can help you in any way, please feel free to reach out. I'm going to share my Instagram handle in the description of this video. So have a wonderful day.